Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. In today's episode, we have special guest Jonathan. He's the founder of Playable Games. Welcome, Jonathan. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank
And
you.
it's actually been almost 2 years. We had the last conversation podcast on my channel. So very happy seeing you and myself also both still in the crypto space in kind of good shape. So maybe you could start with quick introduction because maybe some people don't know Playable Games yet. So the company, maybe some information about you.
Okay. Um, I'm Jonathan Bosanquet. Um, my AKA is Old Bull. So all of our staff members have something, and then the Bull 3ULL at the back. So I'm Old Bull, and we've got all sorts of others. But I'm one of four founders. My two sons and my wife and I actually founded the company. And my wife and I were busy raising three teenagers or young adults. And my sons put the money up to launch Playable. They both put in 25,000 US dollars each to actually launch Playable. And we took that 50,000 and did the first bit of advertising and get it all going, pay the programmers and everything to get it all done. So um, it's been a ride. Yeah, you're right. It's 2 years since we talked, and in that 2 years, all of 2022 was disastrous. It was like full bear market, getting worse and worse every month. Um, we thought the bear market had sort of come to a close about 3 months early, and so we made a whole bunch of investments, but it still went down after that. Went down another 3 months after that. So those investments have all come good now, but at the time it was like, maybe we've made a huge mistake. But yeah, so Playable Games has been building all through that time. What we do is we use the funds that we raise through crypto to actually fund development teams in video games. So we build proper video games that you play on your PC. And we are going to build some mobile ones as well, but most of our games are PC based. And we then, once we've got the game fun and working properly, that you would play it without getting paid to play it, we then bring in the crypto side of it. We add the crypto side in. So the game must be fun first. That's our number one criteria. So we've got professional full-time developing teams. We've got five now, five full-time teams, two external and three internal. And they are building 5 games for us at the moment. We've got a sixth one on hold, but those games, we've got one out you can play right now called Nexus. You can just go to the Epic Games Store, type in Nexus, NEXUS, and you can download our game, and you can earn our currency Bull coin whenever you play. If you qualify, you've got to qualify through doing a couple of things. But if you qualify, you can earn Bull every day. And obviously, it's designed at the moment for really third world countries to be earning, because it's only a couple of dollars a day. But obviously, in a third world country, that adds up to be quite a lot more than what their parents earn. So it's good. It's really good. And that's the very first beginning. At the moment, we're paying that out, but we've got a new skin system about to be released with Nexus. And our second game, Ordinum, is in closed beta at the moment, soon to be open beta in another month or so. And that will be out for the world to play again on Epic Games, so the Epic Games Store. All of our games are free to play. You don't need to actually buy anything. You can play the whole game for free. If you want to be included or involved in owning your own assets or becoming part of the earning side, then that's up to you. You can join that and just go to our website, and it takes you through the steps on how to do that. And then we've got Starved Martian being rebuilt. That was, we had that into open alpha, and then our people basically said they really wanted a mobile game. So we just thought we could just release it as a mobile game, but it hadn't been programmed in that way. So we've taken it back. reprogrammed it all. It's almost finished, and shortly that'll come out in both mobile and PC. The mobile version will have no crypto side to it. The PC version will. So mobile games are still a bit, don't love the crypto. So hopefully that'll change in the next little while.
Yeah.
And then we've got Dogs of War and War of Steel. So Dogs of War is our survival game. Oh, sorry, I should say Nexus is a 5v5 third-person shooter. So it's a MOBA, so like League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
And you have two teams at start, and the idea is to capture the other team's Nexus and win. Ordinum is a battle card game like Magic the Gathering. So that's our second game that's almost ready. Starving Martian is a building game, like a farming building game, and you build out your farms, and it's more a casual. It stays open on one screen of your computer, and you just do your whatever. And look, I can harvest my corn now and sell my corn to a marketplace and plant more corn, and off you go. Some people adore those games. Personally, I find it not my cup of tea. But I was actually, when I was playing the test, I was doing the tests, I was sort of like, this is actually pretty good fun. So, it's quite therapeutic to suddenly have 8 cornfields all ready to harvest. It feels good to the brain. And then Dogs of War and War of Steel. War of Steel is our battle royale, sort of like Fortnite, but it's going to be done with mech machines, great big. One of the mechs is like 30 meters tall, and it stomps through, and it actually steps on people and stuff. And then there's a little tiny mech that's like 6 foot, 8 feet tall. So they do different things, but it's a battle royale. It's 50 people in, and then one person comes out the winner. So that's going to allow us to do some fantastic prizes for that. So like each time someone wins, they actually will win something. So that's going to be really good fun. That should be at open beta by the end of this year. So September through to last quarter. Okay. We're not quite sure of the final date. We've got tests coming up soon. And once the tests are done, we'll go to open beta. So, and then Dogs of War is my personal, as people say, it's my pet project. But Dogs of War is a survival game. It's actually got 3 games inside it. So you can either play survival, so just trying to beat the world and not get killed. You can build bases, and you can do PvP, player versus player. So it's a 25 by 25 kilometer world. So it's huge. It takes hours to run across it, and it's massive. So we're almost at the stage now where the map's finished, and then once the map's finished, we're not too. While that's been done, the other part of the team is building out all the actual crafting and survival side. So come September, October this year, we should have an open alpha of that, so you can come and play. It'll only be the bottom island. We've got 4 islands, but the bottom island, and we've got 4. The islands sort of, it's a big long flat one that gets shorter as they go up, but the top island's where the best gear is. But the open alpha will just be the bottom island. We're going to just do the bottom islands and let you run around. But you'll be able to see how that feels. Almost everything in the game will be on that bottom island. There'll be a couple of things that aren't, because they're actually top island or middle island specific. But for you'll be able to base build. You'll be able to do several different things. So it'll be a lot of fun.
And you still have for each game separate team, right? Building for developers. Yeah, yes. As far as I remember, you still keep the same kind of.
Well, it has been 2 years since we've talked, so we've been through a bit of a journey. We've had teams come and go. We've had teams lie to us and not be able to do what they said they could do. We had one team take over and say they were going to do everything for us, and then they got poached by someone else, and so probably another crypto company. We haven't heard yet, but it'll come out sooner or later. But it's business is a funny thing. the good thing is we've got lots of experience in the real world, and being funded means we can pivot if we need to pivot, and we have. So now we've restructured everything. So each game has one team looking after it. 3 of those teams are internal. So we've got a really good, strong internal team now. And the 2 bigger ones are external. So, but if one of those bigger teams left, we can take over that with our internal teams.
Is it hard now to hire good, high quality like developers or like other team members now for like blockchain Web3 company?
Blockchain Web3 is a little bit more difficult. Some people just don't want to work for them. But it's not been a huge hassle. We do pay well. And the good news is that a lot of the bigger companies in the world have offloaded, using more AI. So they're offloading staff. And so we've actually picked up several really good staff members over the last several months. So, and we're about to start doing some more hiring in Australia. We're going to do a few more people in Australia. So that's looking really good. But yeah, we're excited.
Cool. And do you know approximately how many players you have for now in the games? Like people who are playing? Like I'm wondering about the number of players.
Nexus is the only one that's actually out properly. So that's got about 4,000 daily players that are playing every day. And that's in game world, that's about half of what we need. So we really should have about 10,000 players a day. But we've purposely kept it where it is just while we're trying to get the next level. That game has multiple levels. And in literally about 2 weeks from now, we have an update coming out. And when that update is out, then we can start growing our fan base there. And we want to bring it up to about 100,000 players daily. So at 100,000 players, it's going to be really good. And that's going to give a lot of utility back to the bull coin, because those players are going to need bull coin to buy skins and things like that. So
yeah, I think the more we go to bull market, it will be more and more people joining any countries actually. So excited to see those times. And actually, as I mentioned, yeah, we talked before that I saw that you were the platinum sponsor in Token 2049. It was seeing this. Is it the first huge event you were part of as a sponsor? Maybe you could share some of your experience, thoughts, ideas on this.
Well, my wife and I both have master's degrees in marketing. So we are pretty familiar with what to do when it comes to marketing a company. And we've been very careful with the marketing dollars, because a lot of, like, everyone says just go, 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 spend all your money, market. But yeah, it's amazing how many people don't know what they're talking about, and they've all got opinions. But we use a ship analogy. I love ship analogies, and my ship analogy is you can't leave the port unless the tide is right and the wind is right. So you've got to wait. And sometimes in the olden days, they had to wait half a month. They had to wait for a really nice high tide, and they get that high tide, and the wind's not right, so they can't leave. So they got to wait. So crypto is exactly the same. We know, those of us that are experienced and have been around for more than one cycle, we know that in altcoins, there's really only a 6-month period that is really altcoin season. And there's basically 2 years that are, 2 to 3 years that are Bitcoin season. So we're in Bitcoin season right now, not altcoin season. So Token 49 was our first sort of dip into the water. Since it was in Dubai, we really wanted to do the Dubai one, because we're obviously locals here. And the response was phenomenal. We got some really good feedback from people. We really enjoyed, we met several of our investors that have actually been involved from the very beginning. We met people that have been supporting us and playing our games, and we met other companies that wanted to partner with us. And there's several things that happened. But those sort of shows are more about just showing people that you're there. So it's not really the best financial use of money. There's probably better ways to use money,
Mm-hmm.
but it is important, we think, to go to some of these shows. So we're doing the big Australian one at the end of the year in November. And we might be doing New York. We're not sure about New York at the moment, which is December, I think, or November, late November, December. So, but next year we'll probably do a couple as well. Obviously, next year is going to be where all the altcoin stuff really starts to kick. So,
yeah, for me, such events add like more trust, transparency. So it's very like even cool seeing teams visiting such events and posting this on Twitter, but being a sponsor is like a way better. So it looks yeah, add a lot of trust, at least for my personal perspective.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good. We really enjoyed it, and obviously it was a great show and really well done. So
yeah, and you mentioned that currently we have Bitcoin season and the altcoin is gonna be next year. Maybe you could share your thoughts on like crypto market in general, because last time we talked, you said like maybe Bitcoin will reach 150K, 200K. Are you like at the same kind of projection, or maybe you're saying like now we could get like $1 million Bitcoin or something?
I would love $1 million Bitcoin. I don't think $1 million this cycle is possible. I mean, I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it could never happen. The American dollar is going to devalue quite dramatically. We've got BRICS coming out now with Russia and China and multiple other countries joining BRICS. So as the American dollar destabilizes, Saudi Arabia just this week said they're not going to honor they're not going to renew, I should say. They have honored, but they're not going to renew the Saudi American oil deal where they only buy oil with US dollars. So the US is going to slowly lose its power, I think. And as that devalues and becomes more inflated, then we could actually see $1 million in Bitcoin, but it's not really worth $1 million in today's money. But I think realistically, by the end of this year, we might see 100,000 in Bitcoin, and by the end of next year, so middle of next year, probably will be the top of Bitcoin, and I would expect that maybe 300 thereabouts, somewhere between 150 and 300. And then once Bitcoin rolls off the top, so what they call rolls off its tops, then we should see altcoin season start, and it just starts trickling down. So the money, people sell Bitcoin at the top, and then they go and buy Ethereum. Ethereum blows, and then it rolls off its top, and then they buy Avax and Solana. Then they shoot up, and then they roll off their tops, and then they go down to like Cardano and other coins that are smaller. And slowly but surely it trickles down, and then finally we get down to the smaller altcoins, and that everyone wants that last bite at the possible 100x, 1000x. So we're perfectly positioned for that. We're really looking forward to it. And we'll start our advertising properly, like big, like right across all mediums when that starts happening. So once we see Bitcoin roll off its top and it starts to pour, money goes to Ethereum and Solana and everything, that's when we'll start putting the word right out that we're here. We've been here for 2 years. We're a bunch of professionals, 45 staff full time. 45 full time, and we've got 5 games actually out and playing by the end of this year. So there's very few gaming companies are anywhere near as advanced as what we are as far as all of our back end. We've got our own chain now. So Playable Games is on its own chain on an Avax Subnet. But it's the Bull chain on Avax. So on Avax Subnet, I should say. So I don't know if you know, do you understand the Avax Subnet? Basically, it's the same as Avax C chain. They give us the technology for it, and then we run it ourselves as our own chain. So why the Avax Subnet is such a good thing for us is I don't want to have to hire experts for security and protection of the chain. That's a lot of responsibility to look after that side of things, because there's some very bad actors in the world. I just want to make games. So AVAX takes care of all the security and all the development and all the keeping AVAX C chain absolutely rocking. And they let us get all the updates for free. When I say for free, we've got to pay for it. But but we don't have to do it ourselves, is what I'm saying. So it's not very expensive. And we get to run our own chain, which means we've got all that power of the AVAX C chain all to ourselves. So that whole chain is just for us to put our future games on, to run all of our nodes and our NFTs and everything. So yeah, it's working really well.
Yeah, cool. And do you see gaming narrative as same kind of bullish as last cycle? Do you see many people in gaming from your
perspective? Absolutely. I mean, like, look, who are the main people that buy crypto? 25 to 35, 25 to 45-year-old young men.
Yes, yes.
All right, that's the majority of people, 80 or 90%. There's some women involved, like yourself, but mostly it's young men. Who are the people that play games all the time? Same. 25 to 45-year-old young men. So it's a match made in heaven. Crypto and gaming just totally go together. There's no, and it's not going to be like people saying, oh, it's a big gaming narrative. The reason the gaming narrative is so big this time is because people actually understand it. People actually get what gaming is, and they understand that the gaming industry is doubling every 2 years outside of crypto, and crypto is growing faster than the internet grew. So when you add the gaming industry that's doubling every 2 years to crypto industry that's growing faster than the internet, when you add those two together, it's a literal, like it'll be the same next cycle and the cycle after that. Gaming will always be a narrative in crypto. So there might be other narratives, like AI is coming, and obviously, there's different bits and pieces that are coming through, but they'll come and go. AI will be a big one for multiple cycles. Gaming will be a big one for multiple cycles. Obviously, any new layer ones that come through will be interesting, but no, I mean, gaming's here to stay. It'll be part of crypto for the next 20 or 30 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And last time we talked, you said, you tell me rule of two in marketing, that like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and you said you want to be like second best Gala games and playable games. Is it still the same? Do you want to keep this kind of growth strategy for you?
Well, Gala's made some pivots in what they're doing. They're moving away from games a bit. They've tried to become different, I suppose. I don't really follow exactly what Gala does anymore, because so our goal is to just keep on our plan, which we're going to stay in games. We think that games is, well, A, we love them. B, it's done very well by us, and C, it's just a very interesting place to be. And I do believe that the narrative will continue over and over in cycle after cycle. So at the moment, Gala is definitely bigger than us because they've got all the money from last bull cycle. At the end of this bull run, we should be a similar size. So maybe we'll be the Coke and someone else will be the Pepsi. I don't know. But it doesn't really matter. There's rule of two. There's a Coke and a Pepsi, and there's a distant third, like an RC Cola. But we're happy with any of those. Like if we're in, if when you say soft drink, you mention playable games, we're happy. So that's going to be good. It's a huge market. Like there's literally trillions of dollars coming to crypto over the next. So last cycle was $3 trillion, and they're saying this cycle is going to be 15 trillion. 15. So 5 times bigger than last time. So, and gaming's going to make up a few $100 billion of that. So like there's certainly, for our little company, if we had 5 or 10 billion market cap at the end of this cycle, I'd be very happy with that. That'd be a really good outcome for us.
Yeah, and so you think that total market cap for crypto will be 15 trillion?
15 trillion, yeah. Well, that's what Raoul Pal says. He knows better than me. So
yeah, because we have a lot of good like ETFs have approved, so I think it's maybe even not bigger, but 15 is actually sounds reasonable.
Yeah, well, a 5x on last time, it's outstanding. I mean, no industry grows like this, but I can definitely see that it's feasible. I think Bitcoin, as I said, Bitcoin could easily reach 500,000 if there's no big blockages. But I'm for myself personally, I'm sort of working on two to 300. But certainly at 200, the Bitcoin I own, it's definitely had multiple increases. So I'm very happy. So it's like, it's we're very excited for what's coming. And obviously, with our own company, when our NFTs start coming out and people start playing the games, as this cycle moves upwards, then we're really going to get the take up of the bull coin in a big way. So
yeah, and a bull token now and at the 6-7 million market cap, right?
we're actually a lot higher than that. So coin market, you need to look at CoinGecko. CoinGecko's got a more accurate one.
Okay.
We're about 15 at the moment. So we were 50 at the height. We went up to 1 cent, and we got up to about 50 million market cap. And that was that little spike we had at the end of last year. So there was a little bit of a gaming run there. That'll come back. We've been really strong this last couple of months, just down around the 001s, 002, 001. It's been, the community's been really supporting the coin down there. And while everything else has been plummeting, Playable's played a pretty much a sideways, slightly down, but sideways more than down. So, but I am over it. I'm sick of it going down. That's for sure.
Yeah, and also there is a master node that people could purchase and earn daily rewards, right? Would you sharing about this option and opportunity for people?
So nodes. So we need nodes. So we're going to sell 50,000 nodes across the world. So Bitcoin's currently running 87,000 something. So between 20 and 50 gives you a very secure network. So no government can pull it down. It's across multiple countries. It's, so it's a good way to do it. So to get those nodes out for the network, for the blockchain, you need to reward people to run them. So they get coin every day. So the current coin is 1,043 coins per day. So every day you run one of our nodes, you get 1,043 coins. So, and the mistake people make is they always try and do an ROI on that and say, oh, 1,043 coins times 0.0013. Oh gosh, wow, you're making $2 a day. That's how you do stocks when you're looking for an ROI on a stock, because there's no upside on that. All right. With crypto, you don't have to sell those coins today. You can hold them. And so the time to sell those coins is at the peak of our cycle, which will be middle of next year. So end of next year. So the trick with nodes is you hold the coins through this time while you're earning them every day. And when we get up towards 50 cents, 60 cents, 80 cents, that's where you would offload some of your coins and take some profit. And then if you don't sell them all this cycle, you wait another time until it comes around again. So that's the best way to run a node. And that way, if let's say it's 50 cents where our coin price gets to. So Gala did exactly what we've done. If you go back and watch Gala's chart, they were 0.02 and they went to 1 cent. And then they stayed at 1 cent for a long time. Then they went to 3 cents. Then they went back to 1 cent for 9 months. And then they blew up to 10 cents. And then from 10 cents, it went to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50. And they stayed at 50 for a little while. Then they burst up to 80. And they fell back to 50 for 3 months. And they went down, back down to 3 cents where they are now. And when this bull run comes, they'll take off again. They'll be a big player and they'll take off. So I've been holding, like my sons and I, we've been holding Gala coins right through this cycle. And when Gala gets back up near 50 cents or whatever, we'll sell some. So that's how you run nodes. That's the best way to run nodes. So, so in our case, if you hold the coin now until it's at 50 cents, well, then I'm actually earning $500 a day. So that's good money. That's really good money. So, but you got to be smart about it. Like, if you just sell the coins every day and just sometimes you're getting good prices and other times you're not, that's like a farmer selling part of his crop every day rather than taking it to the market at the best time. So, that's just my personal opinion, but that's how I run nodes. So it's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, and it's available on your website, so everybody could go to the website, check about the master nodes, and join if they want, right?
Yes, and we've just added a new thing called fractional nodes. So our master nodes are now $6,000 each. So some people might find that a bit too much. So if you've got three mates, you can all go and put 2,000 in each, and you can buy a node between the three of you. So, and it splits the rewards automatically for you. And you can put 10 people into it if you want to, or 100. It doesn't matter. So we've done that. A lot of people, we've had guilds who want to play our games. They've asked, can they buy a node with 100 people in it? So they're going to sell 100 pieces. And then it means each one of the guild members has a little tiny part coming in each week of coins to them. So they're all getting some coins each week. So it's it's just a way of participating and being involved. And you don't have to have $6,000 anymore. We've done it so you can buy fractional if you want to. And of course, you can buy, we had someone buy 10 nodes the other day. So, like, there's still people out there that have lots of money, and they're going to, we've got people in our community that have, I think our largest holder has 60 nodes, I think, in total. We've got several that have 40 and 30, and we've got, if you go to our Discord, you'll see people with a diamond behind them. That means they've got 20 nodes. So, so they're a big player.
And I also see that there is an option to mint NFT on the website as well. Could you share a bit what those NFTs give for the community, maybe why they exist, what it's about?
So the Bull NFT, there's not many of those left now. There's only 1,000 of those left. Those NFTs give you access to bonuses and stuff within the games. So when you play the games, if you've got that NFT equipped, it gives you extra things. You can get special skins. It gives you rewards. I haven't looked at it for a long time. I'm sorry. I'd have to actually look it up. It's got about 10 or 15 different things it does. So it's all on the website. And like in our Nexus game, it actually gives you an extra 5% rewards per day if you've got that skin equipped.
Wow, cool.
So that adds up when you're winning every day. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, cool. So how people can participate in like playable games? So first they can play games and earn some bull token, right? Second thing that it could be investor and buying the token itself to hold for BullRun.
Yes.
Then they could buy the master node if they want, or they could be part of these fractional nodes, right?
Correct.
Yes, and mint those NFTs if any more available.
Yeah, there's still some value, but the NFTs, obviously once they're all sold out, they'll become very collectible. And at the moment, our community is about 50,000 people, but by the end of this bull run, it should be about 500,000. There's only 3,000 of those NFTs, so there'll be a lot of people wanting them that can't get them. They'll be sold out. So, looking forward to the bull run. Bring on the bull run.
And the plans for 2025, some maybe roadmap, like plans for some development.
Well, we've been very busy this year. We've done fractional nodes, new chain. We've listed on 3 exchanges, 3 new exchanges. We've got 6, I think, or 7 exchanges now.
7?
7, yeah. So we're in talks with a couple of the big ones. That all takes time. And we've got mainly it's just our games coming up next year. We've got, obviously, when Dogs of War hits, that's got a complete economy built into it. So when you need to buy a bullet to fire out of your gun, someone is going to have made that bullet. So someone's going to have made the gunpowder, which means someone's going to have gone and found the 2 elements that make gunpowder. And then they're going to have to mine those 2 elements, mix them up, make gunpowder, sell that gunpowder to a bullet maker. The bullet maker has to buy copper from someone to make copper casings. And so we're actually building a proper economy into it. So there'll be several things that, food, weaponry, armor, all that stuff will have to be made and crafted. And so that whole economy is designed to have lots and lots of bull coin flowing through it. So as a Westerner coming home from work, I don't want to spend a lot of time finding resources to make bullets. That's going to be boring. So hopefully there'll be some people from the third world in our server. And it doesn't have to be in our server because we can buy across all servers. We're building it so if there's someone in a different server and they've got bullets for sale, you'll be able to purchase them from them and bring them across to your server. So it might take hours to make 100 bullets, but I come home from work and buy them for $5, and it saves me spending hours making them. So they get $5. I get to go and play and have fun. Both of us are very happy. So, yeah, that's going to be amazing. So that'll be out, and we've basically got next year we start our next 3 games, and I can't release yet what those 3 are going to be. One of them's going to be we're going to be doing like a Clash of Clans sort of game. So where you're raiding other people's bases and a bit of tower defense, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, we've got 2 other games coming next year as well, which is can't talk about, not yet.
Yeah, I think like the more games you do, maybe it's a bigger chance that like one will go like viral and people will really love it, right?
Exactly, that's our goal. So we're doing 30 games of our own that we're controlling, and we're also opening our chain up for other people to bring their games to our chain. So if someone's got a small development team and they've built a really nice little game, they can come. We'll get our devs to look at it and make sure it's all right. But once it's approved, it'll go onto our chain. We'll supply them all the avenues for people to use Bullcoin to buy their assets, and help them with NFTs and do all that. So we expect to have hundreds of games on our platform. Probably by the end of 26, 27, we should have hundreds of games. So, but we'll see. Our commitment to our community is 30 of our own.
Yeah.
So, but we're expecting to do much more than that.
Yeah, excitement is coming. Is there something I didn't ask about, but you want to share about Playable Games?
Just trying to think. I don't think so. I think we've got the basics. No, I think you've pretty much got it.
Yeah, cool. I think like if people want to learn more, they definitely need to, I will put all the link, Discord, Twitter, website, so they will like best idea to join the communities, go through all the news, development. You have very good memes posting in Twitter. I like them a lot.
We're getting there. We've got some good stuff coming.
Yes, so maybe some final words for the community, people who are watching. And
well, we've had a fantastic couple of years. We've got a lot done, and we're really proud of where we are. We're super excited about where we are because most of crypto's all talk. Like everyone says what they're going to do.
Yes.
And
promises.
It's all promises. Very few companies are actually doing, and we're one of those companies that are doing. So if doing is important to you, if a company actually saying what they mean and then doing what they say, that's what Playable Games is based on. Like our whole, we're fairly transparent, and I use the word fairly because there's some things, some people sort of say, oh, why don't you share all your books with us where all the money's spent? And we're like, well, no, we're not playing that game, because people wanted, they start saying, did you buy those pens from Kmart? Oh no, you can buy those pens much more cheaply from Coles, so yeah, so no, we're not going to play that game. But it basically we've done really well managing the money, and we've done really well getting the games out to where we've got them out. Very few other companies have actually built any games. The ones that have built a couple of games, most of them aren't particularly good, or aren't, when you play them, they don't feel very nice, and there's some real problems with them. Our community's been fantastic. We've got a really, into our Discord, it's very positive. Lots of people are coming in and out each day. And obviously, whenever we get a spike up in price, that quadruples 10 times. Gets last November, we had people we hadn't seen in 2 years. Just whoa, hello. So what's happening? What's happened? Why is this happening?
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, I can't thank our community enough. It's been so exciting to get to where we are, and to be in the position we're in now, where we know that once retail comes, and we're hoping for retail to start coming in probably the next 6 months, we'll have retail start to join crypto again. So far, all of this has been done on just the old school people from last cycle. So they're the only people that have been in crypto. So just we went out boating this morning, and when we got back, we all went and had breakfast. And one of the guys who came out with us, he's not in crypto, and he was starting to ask those. So you can tell retail's close. Like, he's saying, "Oh, so tell me about crypto and what's Bitcoin and why is it so good?" And so we're just starting to hear that now for the first time since the last bull run, so 2.5 years ago. So yeah, it's very exciting times.
Yeah, waiting for this. And yeah, let me say, maybe behalf of all the community, thank you for your transparency. Thank you for keep delivery, very great job, and being very valuable part of Web3 space. It means a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.